Hi everybody, this is meteorologist Sam Schreier, and we obviously have a major storm impacting southern Colorado all the way up to northern Colorado. Denver seeing tremendous blowing snow. This is happening all the way down I-70 into El Paso County. Colorado Springs, very large heavy snowfall into Woodland Park, Teller County, and then decent snows back into the southern mountains, so much so that we have actually had some closures through areas like Levita Pass. We will talk about that more through the course of this live and this basically video recording here. Now, as we talk and look a little closer to the springs, here is what's happening. Tremendous snowfall is occurring with very heavy wind all the way from Larkspur to Castle Rock. If we have some cameras around there, we'll pop them up into frame, going all the way back towards Monument, Briargate, Colorado Springs. This is the camera up at Larkspur. Not only is the camera shaking with the very strong winds, the interstate is completely covered in snow. Look at the left lane. That is traffic trying to go north, and you can barely see any lines in the road. So clearly the plows need to give that another hit, and there's also very few people driving, thank goodness. Now, coming back on in to our network, to our radar data, heavy snowfall has been going through Woodland Park. In fact, my producer Tom is into my ear feeding me some information. Tom, you were saying there is something around Highway 24 impacting people? Okay, this just came in, and it actually wasn't west, it was 24 east. Calhan to Lyman. So Calhan all the way out in far eastern Colorado, or El Paso County, out to Lyman is closed, and the reason being tremendous heavy snow and very strong winds are blowing right across Highway 24, and I imagine Highway 94 is another area where it is extremely dangerous to be outside. Now, we're getting some rain mixed in over the south side of Colorado Springs because we are so warm, but where the warmest air is Canyon City through Penrose, seeing rain. Heavy rainfall in Pueblo, continuous heavy rainfall in Pueblo, out east into the plains, but also then down south. Remember, Levita Pass closed from heavy snowfall. Walsenburg was seeing rain, but south it's a bit of a mixture over Pryor. Aguilar to Trinidad, there's rain, there's snow to the mountains. And then as we pan back east into the plains, this is an incredible spring rain going on here. Just happens to be mixed with snow over the El Paso County area. Fowler getting dumped on with that rain. It's going right over the radar. And then back east, there are more showers kicking out by Los Animas. Now, continuing to go, the winds are incredibly strong out there. Some of our sensors, I actually think, are probably underselling what's going on. Monument, wind gust says it is 20 miles per hour. I promise from the videos and the cameras we've seen up on Monument Hill, it's worse than that. In fact, Tom, if you could pull up a Monument Hill camera at some point when I'm talking, that would be great. Colorado Springs, a 51 mile per hour gust at the airport coming out of the northwest. Very strong winds through Manitou Springs. Teller County is seeing some pretty decent gusts. Fountain, 63 miles per hour, and some high-resolution model updates are suggesting it could be a little stronger. Any information I do need to pass on, Tom, about wind? Here's the look at Monument. Whiteout blizzard conditions in Monument. This is looking southeast. So this camera should be able to see well into Colorado Springs. Cars are crawling. Trucks are crawling basically up and over Monument Hill. And it's getting really tough for everybody to kind of see what's going on. So again, incredibly difficult traffic over Monument Hill. Look at how heavily those trucks are leaned over as they're driving down. Tom, are there any traction chain laws in effect on I-25? Commercial vehicle traction law from Baptist Road up to Founders Parkway. Commercial vehicle traction law is in effect. Another thing Tom is adding to me. Okay, so a snowplow just moved. We were just looking at this Larkspur camera. A snowplow moved through this area about 2-3 minutes ago, and look at the left lane. Snow is already back onto the road, covering it up again. Cars are crawling around. That's got to be like 30 miles per hour, moving faster in the southbound lanes. Now let's come back in again to our weather network. So the winds are strong, and they will probably get stronger. In fact, and I'm going to step off to help do this a little bit here. The wind speeds in the El Paso County region, a few updates from the HRRR. It's this model that runs every hour, high resolution rapid refresh. So it runs very quickly, was plotting some wind speeds in El Paso County that were nearing 100 miles per hour. And if you look towards 3 o'clock, our model is actually predicting a near 80 mile per hour gust. This is the gusting coming out of Colorado Springs. That's at the airport, probably more so into eastern El Paso County. If we were to see that 100 mile per hour gust, it would likely be out east, which is why Highway 94, Highway 24 East continue to be extremely dangerous. Just kind of one of the last couple of things I wanted to talk about was snow accumulation. I haven't nudged the maps around a whole lot since this morning. Basically, that Pikes Peak region continues to be the area we are most concerned about, with good snow in and around the Sangre de Cristos, hence why Levita Pass is closed. We will continue to forecast the heaviest snow over Woodland Park and then up in towards Monument Hill, Black Forest, and Falcon. Now, I will say one thing that does seem to be affecting the snow totals is purely the wind. It is blowing so strong, it's kind of having trouble collecting in on the roads, but it'll be drifting around because this will keep going well into the afternoon and even into the evening hours, especially up around the Monument Hill region and some of Teller County. Tom, anything else I need to add to people before we take off? I-70 is closed. I-70 is closed between Aurora and Lyman. So obviously that's going to be east of Denver getting out to Lyman. I-70 is closed. Another closure, Tom? Levita Pass, still closed. No closures on 24 west of the Springs, but that road is likely extremely slick and slow. Traction law is in effect from Woodland Park to Lake George. So from Woodland Park 24 out west to Lake George, traction law is in effect. And again, I need everyone to be extremely careful as you try to make the drive up to Denver if you have to. FlightAware this morning, as of about an hour or two ago, had 1,035 cancellations at DIA. I'm sure the number has grown. Colorado Springs early this morning had about 30 or more cancellations, which is actually quite a bit for our tiny airport. So this is affecting not only drivers, this is going to affect flights. Please hunker down with the wind and the heavy snow. It's possible power outages will be a thing we see through the afternoon, and we want everybody to be safe. Thank you very much. Just hunker down. The weekend gets a lot better.